All right, guys, we're here with Elena. We're about to talk about Dead Space 3, which just got announced at EA's press conference yesterday. Elena, what are you guys showing off here at E3?
We have a great demo for you guys. I know you've probably heard a lot of rumors going into it, but we start out in the second act of the game where we're crash landed on the planet of Tau Volantis, and Isaac is headed there after hearing that it might be the source of the necromorphs.
So, obviously a big focus of the demo was cooperative play. How do you maintain that fear? How does Dead Space stay scary when you're playing it with somebody else?
Well, I don't know if we talked about it real in depth, but we actually have, you can play the game entirely in single player. Co-op is drop in, drop out online. It's completely up to you. So for our hardcore fans that are really into that single player experience, all alone, by yourself, peeing your pants in the middle of the night kind of game, we have that. And then with co-op, you're still gonna have those scares. It's still a scary game. We haven't gone away from that, but you just got someone there sharing it with you.
Now, if I am playing with a friend, am I still allowed to pee my pants?
Absolutely. Okay. I would maybe put a pad or something underneath the couch just so it doesn't leak sideways.
Is there any sort of Connect functionality enabled to so the camera knows when I have actually peed my pants?
That's a great thought, and I'm going to go ahead and share that with Steve Papoutsis, and let it. And you never know. You never know what's coming.
This whole interview is about this now, by the way.
I know Steve. He's an open-minded guy. I think he's going to be really into it.
It's great, and we'll have to credit you for that.
I will. I'd like you to name one of the necrophiliacs after me, please.
Absolutely.
What else? What else are you guys focusing on?
So one of the great new things is the ice planet of Tau Volantis, and I've had a lot of people asking me, well, what are scares like on something that's a little bit more open than you guys have ever done before?
Yeah.
And what's cool is we've allowed our designers and our artists at Visceral to turn literally this barren, frozen tundra and use nature to help add those scares. So yeah, it's like bright and it's white, but all of a sudden you're in a whiteout and there's snow flying everywhere and you don't know if you're safe, and you're not. And it's a shit ton of necromorphs, plus they've evolved on the planet. So you've got these creatures that are just much more scary than you've ever seen. So we've got more mini bosses, we've got bigger bosses than we ever have before.
Now, when I played Dead Space 2 and I died a lot, I couldn't help but think, like, these are the most gnarly deaths I'm ever going to see, probably ever in my life, fictional or otherwise. Is there somebody at Visceral whose job it is just to like invent horrific, horrible ways that human beings can be extinguished?
Yeah, we definitely, our creative guys are a big part of those and coming up with those, but it is a bit of a team effort. I think that somebody kind of comes up with something, and we will even show those off in our meetings. It'll start with a napkin. Someone will make a doodle of, oh, it'd be really great to do this.
Sure.
And
what if there's a monster that could rip all your bones out? Like,
it's always a possibility, and again, you guys are offering us ideas that I will be happy to share.
I don't mean to. That's horrifying.
Trademark.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's a big part of what we do, and I think it's part of what makes us really have a lot of fun at work. Is that these are things that's a little bit, everybody on the team can offer up these suggestions, and then we really have our creative guys dig deep, and what's going to really figure out what's not just us being silly, but what's going to be true to the franchise and true to the brand and make sense in our world.
Now, the two different characters you can play as in the co-op, will they have basically the same range of abilities between them, or will one person be able to do something that the other person can't do?
So, there's definitely, we have some new information that will be coming, and I'll be able to share a little bit more about that later. But we are also going to have a weapon system coming, and again, I'll be sharing more of that later. I really can't quite answer that question yet, but I think you guys will be interested when we are ready to talk about it.
And what about the competitive modes that were in Dead Space 2? Are those going to make a reappearance?
Those are not returning. We've decided to focus on our single player, making a great single player game and a great online co-op experience.
Okay.
So we've decided to kind of leave those to the side.
Did you get that as sort of feedback from Dead Space 2 from the fans who just wanted a more dedicated single player experience?
You know, we get all kinds of feedback, so it's really, our fans love us, but they all love us for something a little bit different. So we definitely try and listen to them when we can. And something that they definitely said they wanted is they did not want us to lose space. They did not want us to lose zero-G, those spaceships. And even though we did take it, and a lot of the game is on the ice planet, we still have space. We still have zero-G. We're still going to have you walking down those tight, terrifying corridors that you love in the original for games.
Awesome. Well, Elena, thank you so much for your time.
So
I appreciate it.
It's nice meeting you guys.
Good to meet you.